In today's video, let's walk through 6 ways contractors like you are using AI, there's that word again, right now to save hours every week and win more and bigger jobs. Bidding faster, tracking cash flow, handling admin, all of it. This isn't some theory. This is stuff we're seeing actual remodelers and contractors running 2- and 3-person crews use right now in real life. Some of them might surprise you. So if you've been putting this off because it feels like something for like bigger tech companies and not so much construction guys, stick around because this video is going to be something that you can come back to and you're going to learn something from. So here's the thing. The contractors pulling ahead right now in today's digital world aren't necessarily better builders or more skilled. They're the ones who figured out how to stop drowning in admin and office work. You can literally be the best framer in the county, but if you're still doing bids on Sunday night with a calculator and a legal pad, you're going to be losing jobs to the guy who texts a number back in 20 minutes before they even leave the job site straight from the driveway. And I get it. When you hear AI, artificial intelligence, you probably picture some complicated, expensive software you'd need some computer science degree to run. But guess what? That's not what AI is anymore. This is stuff that you can start literally using today on your phone right now. So enough of this talking. Let's get into it. 6 things, real ones that you can use today in your business. Let's go. First one's a big one. My personal favorite, the biggest game changer in my remodeling business in Austin, because if there's one thing that eats contractors alive, it's estimating. A lead comes in, you drive out to the job site, you take measurements, and then you spend your Friday night trying to remember what lumber costs this week. So there's a bunch of obvious problems with this, right? Because in today's world, speed to lead is everything. The homeowner calling you is calling 3 other guys too. So whoever gets them a real number first usually wins the job, not whoever has the lowest price. I know that's not always the case, but bear with me here. So what contractors are doing now is feeding their job details straight into AI, whether that's photos and measurements straight from the walkthrough or just a rough scope written out or talked into the app and having it pull real-time material pricing and builds the estimate right there in a few minutes. So this is basically what Handoff was built around, taking that pile of scope notes and turning it into a priced, professional, accurate estimate in minutes instead of hours or days. And the cool part about this is it's not guessing. It's working off of actual supplier pricing, that day's pricing. So the number you're handing a homeowner is a number that you can stand behind and you're not going to be losing profit on. This is not some rough guess that you're going to have to walk back later and have those awkward conversations. That used to take guys years to build up, knowing your numbers cold enough right then and there to price on the fly. That's tough, especially in today's fluctuating markets. Now you've got that baked into day one and you're not losing your evenings and weekends either. All right, so we got 1, estimates out of the way. The second one is contracts. So, nobody got into remodeling and contracting construction because they love reading legal language, right? But your terms are there for a reason. They protect you when the job goes sideways, and sometimes it does. Most guys are still using a template a buddy gave them 5 years ago, or worse, literally nothing at all. So AI is going to help you here. AI specifically is really good for 2 things with contracts: writing a solid change order or terms of trade that actually fits your business and scope if you're prompting AI the right way, and taking something to a homeowner or GC hands you and translating that into plain English. So you actually know what you're agreeing to. Some of this legal mumbo jumbo is hard to understand sometimes. So we've heard guys say that they'll paste in a proposal and just ask, explain this to me like I'm not a lawyer and tell me if anything here is going to end up biting me later. So this is really simple. You can put it into ChatGPT or Claude. It takes 30 seconds and you actually understand what you're signing. Guess what? The homeowner's doing some of this too with their legal paperwork. One thing that is worth saying here though is this doesn't replace getting a real attorney to look at your core paperwork once, right? It's like asking ChatGPT for some tax advice. It doesn't replace a CPA. So you can use this to draft and to understand. And then if you need to, with complicated contracts, have somebody qualified to check the big stuff before it's locked in and all parties are signing this. But this still beats paying a lawyer $400 an hour to explain a paragraph to you. And yes, you don't have to ask. Handoff handles change orders with just a few clicks within that project that you're managing right from your phone. So if there's a change in the tile pattern or the homeowner wants to knock down some wall, you can put the change order right into the project, send it to the homeowner, they can sign off on it, and you get paid, protect that profit margin again. This next one's close to my heart because so many contractors are profitable on paper, but unfortunately are broke in real life. That's a really horrible cycle to get into. So you had a good year, but you can't explain where that money went. This is a classic trap that we see over and over again. Your job costing in your head instead of on paper, so you don't find out a job lost money until 3 jobs later. This is a wrong way to do it. So what guys are doing right now is pulling their bank statement or their job costs and have AI break it down. What's this job actually costing me versus what I bid on it? Where's my cash going to be in 6 weeks if these 3 jobs pay out on schedule? It used to take a bookkeeper or a full Sunday with a spreadsheet to figure this out. Now with AI, it's just literally a couple of minutes. And because your estimates and actual job costs are already sitting in one place, if you're using a simple app like Handoff, that comparison isn't extra work. It's already right there. You bid the job, you run the job, and you can see the real margin in real time without doing separate reports, starting from scratch, wasting hours. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Some of that sounds a little bit small until you realize that that's the difference between guessing at your markup and actually knowing it and being confident with it when you're bidding other, especially bigger projects. So once you know it, you price with confidence instead of hoping, fingers crossed, and praying that you make some money on this job. All right, number 4, love this one. Staying on top of leads and clients, another game changer. This is where a lot of jobs quietly die. Someone calls, you're on a roof in an attic, you mean to call back, and 3 days later, they've, guess what, hired somebody else. It's not that you don't care, don't want the job. It's that you're one person running the whole operation. AI can help you draft a follow-up text the second a lead comes in, remind you that they haven't heard back from you, and even help you write a just checking in on that bid message so it doesn't sound like a form later. Some guys are using voice to text for this too. So you're in the truck, you're driving, you hit a button, you talk out what you want to say, and it cleans it up into a proper message before you send it. Bullet points, the works, professional, and you actually get it out. So this is way faster than trying to type it at a red light. For a homeowner, getting a fast, clear, professional response is a huge trust signal. It tells them that you are running a tight professional operation before they've even hired you for the actual job. This is really big for a trust signal. And a lot of these homeowners are choosing based on who feels the most put together, not only in their interactions, but online too. This is completely separate from the topic of this video, but AI can help you seem more put together, more professional, cranking out content, cranking out quick emails, quick text responses, nice and professional. And a lot of homeowners are caring about this more than just who's the cheapest. 5th one, a lot of contractors love this one because this is about the daily grind of admin, right? We can't do away with this. We need it in our business. Photos, punch lists, change orders, daily logs, stuff that matters, but that nobody wants to sit down and type out at the end of a long, hot 12-hour day. This is where that voice to text trick really pays off. You walk to site, you talk through what you're seeing, you take some pictures, and you let AI clean it up into a daily log or a punch list or material list that you can hand to the client or your sub. No typing required. If you're logging photos and notes as you go, instead of trying to remember everything at 8 or 9 p.m., you've got a real paper trail right in your phone. If there's ever a dispute about what was agreed on site, you can even use an app like Handoff to record your meetings and to keep track of all your photos, your daily logs, your scopes, your material lists, all of it. But honestly, the real win here isn't even about the technology. It's not doing paperwork at your kitchen table after your kids are already in bed. This one is really big eye opener. A simple app to completely change your business, and then it trickles in to changing your life. All right, we made it. This is the last one. And guys, don't sleep on this one because it gets slept on a little bit. Using AI as a sounding board for the people side of the business, not just the admin paperwork side. So you've got a guy on the crew who keeps showing up late and you've already talked to him about it once or twice. So you can lay that out for AI and ask it to walk you through how to handle this conversation. So it'll give you some different angles and it'll help you just kind of talk through things, and you can push back on it too. And it will give you advice and it'll help you think, and it'll just give you kind of a different way to approach things. So it's less about getting a complete script and more about getting unstuck from your own head, from your own way of thinking about a problem. It helps you not be so aggressive, makes you think about what's going on with maybe his side of things, but it acts kind of like a therapist in a way, but also, you don't always want to talk to your wife or your business partner about this. You need to work through it, figure it out. AI or ChatGPT, whatever, will ask you questions and it'll help you develop a clear way to address the situation. And that's the part that a lot of people miss. It's not just a tool for producing documents or helping you with content or marketing estimates, all that type of stuff, which is important. It's a tool for thinking things through when you don't have anyone else to run it by at 10 at night. So it's kind of like a 24/7 friend in your pocket that's super smart and that helps just kind of talk things through and gets a clear action plan for how to handle situations. So we did it. Those are the 6 ways AI can help you: bidding, contracts, cash flow, client communication, daily admin, and leadership. None of this requires you to become a tech person. It just requires you to start using it on whatever's already eating your time and your week. Start with whichever one's hurting you most right now. If bidding estimating is what's killing you, start there. That's so simple. If it's cash flow, which is a lot of contractors' problems, start there. You don't need to overhaul everything at once. The contractors who figure this out over the next year are going to be returning bids same day while everyone else is still doing it the old way. And that gap is only getting wider. So don't be the guy still doing it by hand while everyone else has already moved on. Try it on one job this week and see what happens. You can try Handoff, free trial, link is in the description. We appreciate you watching. If there's some video or there's some stuff with AI that you'd love to learn about, we got some cool stuff coming up on Claude and a lot of ChatGPT stuff already in the channel. Subscribe if you're trying Handoff. Awesome. They got some awesome new features rolling out with AI takeoffs. If you're trying to get into, home building or just saving a bunch of time on blueprints, that is for you. Again, thanks for watching. We'll see you for the next one. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Nick. Here at Handoff, we speak to contractors every